Hi, I'm Raymond van Barneveld and you're watching Behind the Bar with Paul Starr.
Welcome to Behind the Bar with Paul Starr, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. Happy to say we're joined by the Bristol Bomber, Steve Brown. How are you doing, Steve?
Hi, Paul.
Here we go then. We're reviewing week number 6 of the Premier League from Nottingham. The first match on was Dave Chisnell suffering his first defeat. He went down 7-3 against the Bullet, Steve Bunting. Hey, that was your nap that you that's the Bombers banker.
3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Steve was a real solid performance from Steve, and that was Chis's first defeat.
Yeah, I mean, it's about 100 average for both players. So 112 checkout for Bunting to snatch the first leg, also a 164 checkout, which means Chisnell is not on top of the Premier League anymore. But we moved on then to match number 2. James Wade, we tipped this up, 7-3 win against Barney. Sort of out of sorts, Raymond van Barneveld, just an 88 average. It's even money, but we tipped it and James Wade will be happy. He's cruising along now, he's cruising along.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure with Barneveld why the sudden dip in form. He's lost a hell of a lot of weight as well, Barney. I don't know if that's playing a part in it.
Third game on, we didn't get this right. I went for the draw. In fact, it was mine up to go for the draw. Michael Van Gerwen 7, Phil Taylor 3. The first 7 legs all went against the throw, which is really, really odd. And Phil Taylor never held his throw once in the whole match.
For me, Phil looked really nervous during that match. And unlike Phil, before the game, he was sort of almost playing mind games, trying to put some pressure on Michael. So, yeah, bit worrying for Phil.
It is 107.61 average from Michael, and he is now top of the Premier League. Fourth game on was Gary Anderson. What about this? A performance just under 109 average. Dispatch of actually quite impressive Adrian Lewis, 103 average with new darts. Adrian was using, and he didn't just win it. He banged it out with a 145 checkout, but not 180 from 80. Odd.
That's strange from Adrian. Yeah, I mean it was a new set of darts, obviously, but I mean for that's 2 big defeats on a bounce now for Adrian, so he's got to be looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, very much so. And the last game of the evening, Kim Hybrex 5, Peter Wright 7. I went for the draw. I think we both went for the draw. Both averaging to under 100, but there was an important break. It was 4-all, important break for Peter Wright in leg number 9, and that proved decisive, and it moved Peter off the bottom of the pile.
Well, he's been a bit of a draw specialist, Peter, in this Premier League. But for him, I mean, that's a great win against an informed Kim. Yeah,
because of course, I mean, the last couple of weeks, he got a draw against Michael, got a draw against Phil, now beating Kim. So good work there from Peter Wright. So what does that leave? Well, it means that the league table, Michael Van Gerwen, as we mentioned, is now top with 10 points, still unbeaten. Chizzy's on 9, Anderson 8, Taylor 7, Wade 6. Now these players here could be really, really struggling the last 3 weeks of the Premier League. Looking at these 2 places of relegation, it's Bunting on 5, Wright on 5, Lewis on 4, Raymond van Barneveld on 3, Kim Hybrex on 3. Lewis and Barneveld are in danger of going out.
They are, yeah. I mean, they're 2 experienced campaigners, and I just get the feeling that they could be both in trouble.
There we go. So that's Premier League week number 6 for Nottingham. As the players headed off to Barnsley for European Tour qualifiers 3 and 4. Steve, you went along. Unfortunately, you didn't make any of those events, but it's tough schedules. It
is tough, yeah. I mean, both events were held on a Friday night, so there's one straight after the other one. So, it's very tricky to prepare right for that. But, wasn't so successful for me, but a few of the players qualified for both.
Yeah, see the German Darts Masters, which will actually be held on the April the 4th to the 6th in Munich. Players who got through: Jamie Caven, Andrew Gilden, John Henderson. He actually qualified for both events. William O'Connor qualified for both.
Man of the moment, William.
Yeah, done well in the UK Open, didn't he?
Yeah.
Keegan Brown also qualified, and Wes Newton also qualified for both. Carla Anderson actually hit a 9-darter in the Dutch Darts Masters qualifier, and that we held in Holland on the 5th and 6th, 7th of June. So Players' Championship number 1 was held in Barnsley on Saturday. £50,000 worth of prize money, $10,000 to the winner. Gary Anderson walked away with a £10,000 6-5 win against James Wade. He was fantastic all day. He beat 4 players from the Premier League. Stephen Bunting 6-1, Adrian Lewis 6-0, Dave Chisnell 6-2 of 110 average. Nathan Derry had a 9-darter on his debut. His debut, which is amazing. And but he actually lost to Darren Johnson. Carl Anderson beat Michael Van Gerwen in round number 1. But Gary, to play 4 Premier League players on the trot and come
Well,
through.
we were only said just after the UK Open that Gary looked like he was tired, you know, and his schedule was catching up on him. But last week he demolished Adrian Lewis in the Premier League, and he's gone and won that event on Saturday.
Yeah, he did. And in fact, it's 5 legs or he bangs in 2 180s. I mean, that's class. That's what he's world champion.
It's confidence.
It is. And of course, on Sunday, James Wade, he walks away with a £10,000, beat Peter Snakebite Wright 6-5 in the final. A couple of 9-darters, one from 18-year-old Jeffrey Dezwan, I think it sounds about right, doesn't it?
I think he's sponsored by the same people as Barneveld, I think.
Yeah. And Tenerife's Cristo Reyes, who of course had a bit of a run in the World Championship. So 9-darters all over the place. No prize money for these 9-darters, is it?
No, I was a bit history there. I was actually the first person to ever hit a 9-darter and not get paid for it.
Yeah, and in the
that's my luck.
Yeah, that's it. So, in fact, you've done quite well. So you had a couple of wins on Sunday?
On Sunday, yeah, don't know, yeah. Beat my old friend Terry Jenkins and played really well.
Good stuff. In the semi-final on Sunday, also Andrew Gilding was involved and Michael Smith and Michael Van Gogh pulled out through illness. Thanks for joining us on Tanks and Tales, and of course thanks to Steve Brown for joining us again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Great stuff. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter, where we're keeping you at the sharp end of world darts. And of course, join us next week on more Behind the Bar with Paul Starr. We're trying to get some more value from William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship.